Okay, so we will be waiting for your to join. I will just check to our GC if they already joined. I have sent. Okay. So it seems that you are all here. So let's start our lesson. So our lesson for today is all about, can you see the screen, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So our lesson for today is all about, is my voice clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Wait. I'll just admit your classmate. Okay. So our lesson for today is all about understanding and determining the tone, mood, technique, and purpose of the author in the 21st century literature. So who has an idea about our lesson for today? Anyone, class?
I think, ma'am, may I answer?
Yes, Mr. Detailo?
I think it's all about expressing our understanding about a particular literature.
Okay, so exactly. So it's about our understanding about the particular literary, specifically home. So next slide. So here's our objective. Can someone please our objective?
Ma'am,
Yes, Mr. Abilia.
At the end of the lesson, the student will be able to demonstrate understanding and determining of the author's tone, mood, technique, and purpose of the 21st century literature through a written analysis and critical interpretation of a literary text in terms of tone, mood, technique, and purpose of the author in the 21st century learners, with a description of each context derived from research and an adaptation of a text into other creative forms using multimedia.
Okay, so thank you very much, Mr. Abilia. Next slide. Just bear with my next slide because I have no laptop, so I need to share screen with your classmate. Is that okay?
yes, ma'am, sure.
All right. All right. So, what is your idea about the author's tone? Or can someone please read the definition of the author's tone? May I hear it from Miss nawala si Miss. So, anyone who can read?
Ma'am, may I?
Yes, Mr. Johnson.
Okay. What is the author's tone? The tone indicates the writer's attitude. Often, an author's tone is described by adjectives such as cynical, depressed, sympathetic, cheerful, outraged, positive, angry, sarcastic, prayerful, ironic, solemn, vindictive, intensive, or excited.
So, Mr. Johnson, may you please explain what you have read?
Okay, ma'am. What I understood is that author's tone is about the author's point of view, or what is his feelings when he is writing his masterpiece.
Okay, so very good. It is the author's feeling when he is writing or she is writing his or her literary piece. So now that we have an idea about author's tone, who has a background idea or stock knowledge about the author's mood? Can someone please share your idea about the author's mood? Mr. Abilia, what is your idea about the author's mood? Okay, so next slide. So author's mood is the mood of a piece of writing, its general atmosphere or emotional complexion, or in short, the array of feelings the work evokes in the reader. So every aspect of a piece of writing can influence its mood from the setting and the imagery to the author's word choice and tone. Meaning to say, author's mood is about their emotion or feelings. If the author's tone is about uh, the attitude of the author's mood is about the emotion or the feeling of the author. Do you understand, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Alright, so that's very good. So after discussing the author's tone and mood, let's now move on to the author's technique. So who has an idea about the author's technique?
Ma'am,
Yes, Mr. Detailo.
author's technique is probably about the author's way of writing.
Okay, so exactly. Author's technique, as its name suggests, is the author's way of writing. Or in simplest word, it is the author's style when writing a particular or a specific literary piece. Very good, Mr. Detailo. So, can someone please read what's in the screen? May I hear it from Miss Raquel? Raquel, can you please read?
The author's technique is a technique in which an individual author uses in his writing. It varies from author to author and depends upon one's syntax, word choice, and tone. It is achieved through word choice, diction, sentence construction, and word order, syntax, and by the what the viewpoint character focuses on.
Okay, so very good. Thank you very much, Miss Raquel. So author's technique, as what Miss Raquel have said or have read, it is the way of the or the style of the author when writing a specific literary piece. So now that we have already know about the author's tone, mood, and technique, let's now move on to the author's purpose. So, who has an idea about the author's purpose?
Ma'am, may I?
Yes, Mr. Detailo, again.
I think the author's purpose is about the goal or the reason why the author writes the piece.
Okay, so very good. So, the author's purpose, again, is what the author's um, meant or what is he or she wants to achieve in writing his or her literary piece. So very good. Now that we understand and determine the author's tone, mood, purpose, and technique, we have an activity. Next slide, please. We have an activity. Can someone please read our activity entitled "Let's Give a Try"? So read the instruction.
Ma'am,
Yes, Mr. Abilia.
Activity 1. Let's give a try. Identify the tone, mood, technique, and purpose of the author in the poem. This Isn't Normal by Rachel Ida F. Bustillo.
Okay, so very good. So in our first activity, you will be identifying the author's tone, mood, technique, and purpose of the author. So here is the poem. So next slide, please. Thank you so much. So may I hear it from Mr. Datailo? Kindly read the whole poem by yours truly.
okay ma'am, thank you. This Isn't Normal by Rachel Gustilo'S. If I could describe today's situation, words wouldn't be one of my options, because words are too shallow for me to express today's year of Hallow. Hallow with enough preparation to the most important field in the nation. You know what's my destination? You're right, it's education.
Next slide, please.
Students are drowning in the sea, but not with water as you can see. Students are drowning with lots of activities. Students are no longer free. This situation made me realize that too much stress can make you paralyzed. How I wish government would be blind about the situation that's so very hard. How I wish they would put more attention in the field of education as they know teachers are struggling while students are hungry for true learning. Everyone believes it's normal, pretending to embrace this new normal. Many students are attending tutorial. One of the evidence says that this isn't normal.
Okay, so
Thank you very much,
Mr.
Miss.
Johnson Tataylo. What beautiful reading skill or wonderful and great. So very good, Mr. Tataylo. So now that you have already an idea about the poem, so let's move on to our next activity. Next slide, please. So our next activity entitled What's More? Can someone please read the direction? Miss Jaquel, may you please read the direction?
Activity 2, Find Me, Direction, Dive Deeper into the Foam. Isn't the Normal by Rachel Ida F. Gustilo. Using the below illustration, you may reread the poem to get the details that would be complete the organizer.
Okay, so thank you very much, Miss Raquel. So it is clearly set in the direction that you will be identifying the poem, and this is the organizer. Next slide, please. All right. So you will be writing the title of the text, who is the author, and then topic, what is the text all about, situation, what is the setting referred to as described in the text, and client, who is the target group of readers of the text. Next slide, please. And on the second to the last, purpose, why was the text written? What does it hope to achieve, or its goal or aim? And the persona, who is the voice behind the text, and what is known about him or her. So I will just give you 5 minutes to finish that organizer, and one of your classmates or any volunteer can share your answer in front of the class. So your timer starts now. You are given 5 minutes to share your answer.
We are done, ma'am.
Who can volunteer to share his or her answer about the poem? This is it normal. Can someone?
Ma'am, may I?
Yes, Mr. Johnson Tataylo, thank you very much. Can you please share your answer?
Yes, ma'am, thank you.
All right.
For the first question, this isn't normal. What is the text all about? It is about the new normal in education. For the situation, what is the setting referred to or described in the text. So if it is all about education, probably the setting is in the field of education. It's in the classroom or the
Yes, Mr. Dutailo. I think Mr. Dutailo has breaking his connection. So, can someone answer? Can someone share your answer, class? Okay, so altogether, since you are shy about sharing your answer, so we will be answering it all together. So, title of the text. What is the title of the text?
the text is titled "This Isn't Normal."
Okay, so very good, class. So this isn't normal is the title of the text that we have discussed or we have read earlier. So who is the author of the text?
Richel Gustilo.
Okay, so very good.
I have another answer, ma'am.
Yes.
It's Richel Aida Fraga Gustilo po.
Okay, so it's very good that you um really know the real name of the author, huh? So topic, what is the text all about? What do you think is the topic of the text?
The topic is all about the new normal in education po.
Okay, so very good. It is all about the new normal in education. Next is the situation. So what is the setting referred to or described in the text? Can someone please answer the second table? So what is the setting? So the setting is, yes, please.
Yes, ma'am. The setting was described as being not easy. It is the difficulties that the students are facing in time of the pandemic.
Exactly. Very good, Mr. Datailo. It is the difficulty or the struggles faced by students during these hard trying times or during this pandemic. So next table, who is the target group of readers of the text? Who do you think is the target audience or reader of the author to whom she is do you call this, to whom she wants to address the said text? What do you think, class?
Ma'am,
Government. Very good, Mr. Abilia. Yes, Mr. Detailo. You have something to say?
I second the motion, ma'am. It's the government.
Yes. Yes, very good. The government. And also, as well as the students also and the teachers, the author is somehow informing all including what you have said, the government, the teachers, and the students. Next slide, please. Very good, Mr. Datailo and Mr. Abia. So what do you think is the purpose? So why was the text written and what does it hope to achieve? Can someone please share his or her answer?
Yes, ma'am. I think
Yes,
the
Mr. Johnson.
I think the text or the poem wants to state the real situation that the students are facing during this time.
Okay, so thank you very much. That's correct. So the purpose of the author is to showcase the real situation or what's happening in today's situation in our education. So next table. So persona. Who is the voice behind the text and what is known about him or her? Can someone please answer the last table?
Ma'am,
Yes, Mr. Detailo.
since I am a student and I can relate to the emotion or the feelings of the persona, I think he is somewhat like me, a student, ma'am. I think the persona in the poem is a student like me.
Okay, so very good observation because since the author is somehow you can feel with using the first person point of view, the author is somehow feeling the same feeling that the other students are feeling right now, specifically in this new normal that isn't um or we can say that for others this isn't effective and for others are effective. So next slide please. Very good, Mr. Tatayla. So now that you seems that you have already um, understood our lesson, so let's have our quiz. So I am giving you only 5 minutes to answer this short quiz. This is very easy for you to answer. So I'm giving you just an ample time to answer and double check your answer. So your quiz will be submitted to our J Classroom, or if you can access the J Classroom, you can also send it through Messenger via PM. So any mode of passing your short quiz will do, class. I will consider it. Just Just say a word if you already finished to our short quiz so we can move on to our group activity.
We are done, ma'am.
Okay, so since you are all done, you can pass it to our G Classroom or through PM. And now we will be moving on to our group activity. But since we do not have enough time, so this will be your assignment. Next slide, please. So no. Sorry. We have still our activity 3, but this is very short and I will be having just one just one volunteer for us to be able to know if we really understand the lesson. Is that okay?
Yes po.
Alright, so in our activity 3 entitled What You Have Learned, so the learners will write their personal insight about the lesson using the prompts below. So the prompts are, I understand that you will supply it with your understanding or with your learnings, what you have learned in the text we have discussed. And I realized that, of course, your realizations and what you were able to know or to discover after reading the said text or the poem This Isn't Normal by Richel Gustilo. So I'm giving you only 5 minutes again to answer this and we will be done with our lesson for today. So okay, done. So may I please call or may I hear it from Mr. Dolieton? Can you please share your answer with our activity?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, right. Proceed.
So, I understand that author's tone, mood, technique, and purpose plays an important role in poetry. It serves as the key to the door of the author. Then, I realized that poetry is not an easy literature. It takes various skill for you to be able to finish or create a particular poem. That's all, ma'am.
Okay. So very good understanding. It seems that you really lesson. So, your answer is very good, Mr. Dolieton. I understand that what you said, the tone, mood, technique, and purpose is serves as the key to the author's door. You're correct. It's right, class, right? The for you to be able to understand a particular piece, you need to first understand the tone, mood, technique, and purpose. So it serves as your key to the door of the author. So you will understand what the author meant or what is the purpose of the author. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Very good, Mr. Galinton. And very good realization and observation also. So now, this is it. This is really it. So, your group activity, next slide, please. So, thank you. So, since I've said it earlier, since we do not have enough time, your group activity will also be serve as your assignment. So, I will just read the direction because we really don't have enough time. After reading the poem, did you find the author's tone, mood, technique, and purpose? In your group, present it in a creative way like acting, singing, or drawing. And the group will be graded as the following. So, content, 40%. Language, 25%. Group cooperation, 20%. And audience impact for 15%. So tomorrow, or next meeting rather, you will be presenting your group activity and you will be guided as per this criteria or direction. So in doing your your group activity, first um, you will be finding the mode, purpose, technique of the author, and then you will transform it to a digital or traditional poster, anything that you can do. So be creative as you can. So the group will be graded. Yeah. So very good. So your original assignment is here, since it is not your assignment. This serves only because we don't have enough time. So for your assignment, next slide please. So after reading the poem, you will make your short poem about the current situation you belong to. And you are required to identify the tone, mood, technique, and purpose of your own poem and put it into a digital poster to promote it. Then post it on Facebook and or our J Classroom or Google Classroom. Is that clear, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so very good. Very good. So, do you have any question or clarification, class?
None, ma'am.
Okay, so if that's the case, let's call it a day. Thank you very much, class, for attending this session for today.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, class.